Welcome back to the No Filter Podcast today, guys. This one's going to be a short one. It's nothing crazy. I just want to let you guys know I am not sponsored by this film or anything. I'm here just to give you guys my opinion of the new Transformers movie that I've been talking about religiously before it has come out. I saw it opening night, which was Friday, but unfortunately I was too busy throughout the weekend to make a podcast about this. So I'm going to give you guys a nice little short little video, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes long, of me just nerding out over this fucking film. Okay, I would love to give it a perfect rating. You know, as much as I would love to give it a 9 or a 10. That's perfect to me. I can't, because there's a few things I was not a fan of that if I was to start picking at all the bad, I would for sure take that 10 or 9 and bring it down to like a 6, maybe a 7, right? First off, I want to start off with all the good things about this film. Number one, the fight scenes were pretty fucking badass. Very much a cliche though every time. Like, you know, Optimus always has to come back. Oh, by the way, everybody, if you have not seen the film, I recommend you go see it. And if you don't care to see it and you want to keep listening to me talk about my opinion and nerd out over Transformers, that's fine. I am not reliable for any spoilers because I'm going to drop a lot of those. It's just me, some white guy behind a microphone telling you how I feel about this. But where was I? Oh shit, I already lost my fucking train of thought, dude. I'm so hyped. This movie for sure held its hype. Oh, if I was to start picking up all the fucking bad things, then it would drop down. One thing I already lost my train of thought. I am so sorry. I'm so fucking hyped about this film. It's been a few days. I'm still stuck on it. What can I say? I was not a fan of the cliche things that was, kind of being said and done. The fights that were going on way too long, like Optimus Prime versus Shurgan. I don't remember. We'll call him Centipede Dude because I don't remember his name. Yeah, those fights were going on too long. Optimus should have died early on. Because you know, his Energon wasn't enough versus the Black Matter, but the fight scenes were fucking cool. But unfortunately, Michael Bay didn't direct it, so it was not as much explosions as there would be. Let's see, what else did I really enjoyed the Maximals, man. It was a good switch up. You know, when they had the Dinobots come out for fucking 15 minutes of the last film, was it the last film? The last night, right? No, I'm not counting Bumblebee. That don't count. I think it was the last night. That was fucking badass, and I wish we got to see more Dinobots. I wish we got to see more Maximals. I feel like the one thing I was not a fan of is if you watch the final trailer that they released, then you would understand that you saw basically all the Maximal work within that trailer. They only had fucking 5 minutes of total screen time, I believe. This is a personal opinion. Obviously, you could think differently, right? They killed off one of the Maximals instantly, which plays a huge part in the story. Barely, I think. Like, the sacrifice of that Maximal made no sense besides of, like, keeping a promise. Are you fucking kidding me? You guys couldn't do the basic pinky promise? Are you? Oh, my God. And it's that shit that, like, they bring Maximals and love into the movie and they instantly kill it off. And to me, I'm not a fan of. I also want to point out that they actually had humans in this movie that did not fucking bring down the film. Okay, first off, them switching over to black people was the best decision that they could have ever done for this franchise. I hate the fucking white people they've had in these movies. I love Mark Wahlberg. I like Shia LaBeouf. I like Megan Fox. They're cool actors. I like them in other films. But they try too hard to be funny. Remember that black guy that ate the donuts in Transformers 1 before he snitched on everyone? That was funny. It went with the flow. But the white people, dude, they make it awful. In this film, the black people really brought out the smoothness in this film, and the storyline, too, was fantastic for these humans that corresponded with the Maximals and the Autobots. You know, that was, to me, amazing. I don't think they could have done it any better with the storylines. God, what else did I didn't like about this? I'm kind of flip-flopping back and forth of what I like and what I don't like. If you haven't caught on, I'm really hyped when I make this, this podcast, this little clip here. I'm sorry if I'm bouncing back and forth, guys. I'm nerding out over this. So, another thing for me was I didn't like the Iron Man action going on. When Mirage ended up almost dying, he's like, hey, you gotta take the wheel from now on, and ended up making him wear him. He was literally inside him, versus sitting inside him like a car. He was inside him like a baby would be inside a womb. I was not a fan of that, to be honest. That, like, it was cool, but he was still a human inside some tin, right? Like Optimus, you could totally tell that motherfucker was taking some damage, some heat. I was not a fan that he could have died on the spot, and Surge decided to leave him like that. I don't understand why, knowing that he was going to be a distraction this entire time. And that kind of cuts down to the final fight scene, right? I wasn't a fan that Optimus Primal, by the way, badass Maximize, or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't fucking care. It was badass. It's like he transforms from a gorilla to a knight, and that was really cool. But we didn't see enough of that. We didn't see enough of Maximal work in there, and I really hope that they don't treat it like the Dinobots, okay? And like all the other Autobots we've seen in Decepticons that come and go in each film. That shit pisses me off. So I really hope that we see more of the Maximals as we go. And because I was really hoping that when they had the final fight with Surge, I was kind of hoping that they were gonna like tag team him, Eiffel Tower it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not have a human and Optimus do it. I think, to me, that kind of relays back with all the other films, and I'm not a fan of that. But some people are, who knows? To me, I was not a fan of that. I also was not a fan of the fact that every time they want to bring someone else to that fucking universe, they have to use a key, they have to use a Q, they have to use a spark. Fucking pillars. It's like, bro, we need something different. How about you take the battle to them? Go to a different you have to travel to another fucking planet. That would be cool, like Cybertron. But no. They always have the battle always has to come to us, right? Like, fuck you. That can't stand it, man. That shit pisses me off. And it's kind of getting old. They're overplaying that. Why can't they just have a fight now on the planet where they're like trying to launch nukes and blame it on Biden or Trump or Kim Jong-un, something stupid like that. Like, I get there's only so much that you can do with this because the franchise kind of put themselves in a corner to where they can only rely on pillars or sparks or keys to do this kind of stuff. So I'm curious to see where this goes. Dude, how crazy it would be if in order to make a new Autobot, they legit had to fuck. Like, if you wanted like a monkey and like a cat powers, like the strength of like a monkey and like the claws of a cat, the cats had the cat and the monkey had to fuck like a girl Autobot, and that girl Autobot had to carry it for 7 weeks, and then boom, there you go. Now you got a monkey / cat. I don't know. I was thinking of something fucking stupid, but I'm trying to think of what else I did not like about this film. I mean, I loved a lot of things about the film. The action was cool, the fight scene, the storyline was fantastic, like I said, but there was a lot of downfalls in this film. And like I said, if I was to give it a solid rating, it'd be a 9 out of 10. I would go watch this film tomorrow if I could. But if I start picking all the bad things and the little things in the film, then I think it kind of brings it down to a 6. So I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good film. I recommend you guys go see it. I'm a huge Transformers fan, obviously. I was geeking out over this little fucking podcast here for you guys. So I cannot tell you. I was thinking all weekend about all the stuff I was going to say, and I can't even say it all because I'm so hyped about the movie. I'm excited to see what else they have in store for us. I want to know how they're going to end the franchise off. I think we got a Bumblebee movie. I didn't watch it. I watched the first 15 minutes of it, and it was kind of like, from the 15 minutes I watched, it was to see like why he left Cybertron and what happens after that. But other than that, it's just Bumblebee's story. They need to do the same with Decepticons. They cannot favor just the Autobots, okay? I think the Decepticons are pretty badass. And throw a fucking bad guy a win every once in a while. How about that? Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed me geeking out over this. I hope I didn't miss anything. I was so hyped when I made this, obviously, as you could tell. You motherfuckers might have to slow this down a little bit. So, Other than that, I recommend go see it and form your own opinion. Don't listen to what I got to say because I guaranteed I miss a lot in that. So, who knows? Other than that, go fuck yourselves.